Okay, so once you've found a court case that you'd like to explore, let's take a look at what you will find in the Westlaw record for that particular case. So if we look at this really quickly, you'll notice that the citation is at the very top. It also indicates what court heard this case, and you have your plaintiff and your defendant here. The synopsis will be very valuable to you because it gives a brief explanation of the situation involved in this case. It briefly describes what's going on. The next thing you'll see is the holding. So this is the way this particular case was decided. So these are the four aspects for this case that the judges decided were pertinent. So you'll also notice that one judge kind of takes credit for and writes the actual opinion. There's usually more than one judge that hears a case, but this one judge will then take responsibility for writing the opinion. The next portion that you'll see are the West Headnotes. So if you saw the print version of this case, this would not be included. This is added information that West provides. It gives you the various aspects of law that are pertinent to the case. So it's telling you which statutes are affecting the decisions here. So this could be very valuable to you as well because it kind of brings the specific laws that we're talking about. And you can toggle back and forth within the body of the opinion. It will show you where this statute comes into play within the body, and as I scroll down you'll probably see a little bit more of that. The next thing that you'll notice is it's going to list the attorneys and law firms and of course all of the judges who heard the case, and this one was heard by these three judges. Okay, and then Feinberg is the one who wrote the opinion. And this is where the opinion actually begins. So you can start reading this and you can see that the opinion makes reference to various statutes, also past cases, etc. So there's lots of references here that you might be able to explore as well. So if we come to the top here, you will notice that there's a yellow flag. So you want to be conscientious of whether there's a flag at the very top. This yellow flag indicates that there were cases that came after this one that put some of the findings in dispute. However, since it's yellow, it doesn't mean that everything was disputed later on. If this flag were red, I would definitely opt not to use it. So pay attention. Yellow's okay, but what you want to do when you see a yellow flag is take a look at the tab that says negative treatment. It will list any court cases that came after this one that disputes any portion or calls into doubt any portion of the case that you're looking at. And you might want to toggle through and take a look at some of these and see what was going on there. Okay, let's look at the other tabs across the top. Filings, unfortunately, we do not subscribe to the filing section of Westlaw. So even though you'll get a list of the different documents that went along with this case, you can't really open them up and read them. But sometimes it's valuable just to see the documents that are there. The next tab across the top is the history section, and this can be pretty valuable. The case that we're looking at here is highlighted, so we're looking at C. So this is the trajectory that the plaintiffs and defendants took with this case. So it started in a lower court, in a trial court, then it went to the next court. The next case came up to the Second Circuit of New York court, and then this particular case remands the case back down to the lower court. So you want to take a look at what is the trajectory here. What are the various levels of courts that this particular case experienced over time? So you want to pay attention to that. The next two tabs would be important as well. Citing references, and let me explain this. These are the cases that came after. So this is our case here, and you'll notice it was heard in 2008 or it was decided in 2008. These are cases that came later on which also cited this case. So they are in relationship to one another in some way. So oftentimes some of these cases may be pertinent to your topic as well. So you might want to take a look at those. And then the table of authorities is just the opposite, right? Going back in time. These are the cases that the judges, in our opinion, referred to. So these are going backwards. These are cases that have some relevance to ours in some way. So the judges made reference to these. So table of authorities going backwards, citing references going forward. So hopefully that makes some sort of sense. And then lastly, I just wanted to point out that if you wanted to email the case to yourself, this opinion, you can email it to yourself right here on this right-hand side. You can also print it or download it and save it on some device of your choosing. So there's a lot to it, of course, and certainly not easy reading. But if you'd like some assistance, please let me know.